But what we have today are two pretty spectacular semi-finals. Um, First one being Voxxi and Ethanol versus Nobody and Chuckle. Now going into this, I think Nobody and Chuckle are quite significant underdogs here. No one really understood. No one really knew the potential of this pairing, where they were going to go, the skill that they might reach. But I think they've shown from being on the stream and some of the matchups which we have seen in the brackets that they can really start to hold their own. So I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup, Voxxi and Ethanol versus Nobody and Chuckle. Like we have seen in the round 4 game, that Nobody and Chuckle were a bit slow to get off, get things going, but they soon brought the heat. And as we know, Voxxi and Ethanol, some insane players that love always hitting nice crispy shots. So I think they are definitely the favourites going into this matchup. And moving on to our second semi-final with Deag Wahid versus Creep Score Legends. Now, Deag Wahid going into this as the wonderful 3-0, didn't drop a single game in the Swiss format. So they are probably poised to win this. Probably everyone thinks going into this, they didn't drop a match that they could be like they could take it all. Well, Creep Score Legends, they've had a bit of a shaky start. They did lose to Nobody and Chuckle in the initial rounds, but I still think that this could be an interesting matchup, and they can definitely. We'll have to see if they can take the fight to Deag Wahid.
Yeah, yeah, it should be really interesting. It should be noted today. We've got there's no more advantages in our best of threes. We've got standard best of threes. So any advantages that Nobody and Chuckle, Voxxi and Ethanol had previously, that's out the window. They have to, if they want to win, they want to go through to the grand final. It's all very fair from now on out, and it's going to take a lot, I think, for Nobody and Chuckle to sort of off the on form Voxxi and Ethanol. Obviously, like you said, Voxxi and Ethanol probably favourites for this one. They've been playing really, really well recently. Ever since that loss against Deag Wahid, I don't think they've dropped more than 7 or 8 rounds across their next 3 games. So um, it's kind of hard to not see them go through, especially if Chuckle and Nobody start off as slow as they did previously. Um, but yeah, it should be good. I think we're going to be getting into our pick band soon. We have them all in the server. Everyone's looking good to go. It looks like they're joining their voice channels now. I can see that. So we're looking pretty good. What are your
Hopefully, no
thoughts?
technical difficulties
Yeah, yeah,
as of yet.
yeah. What are your thoughts going into this best of 3? What maps would you like to see any teams pick out?
I think I think this would be interesting if we get maybe a more um, non-traditional map like a Vertigo or something like that. I don't think we're going to see it. I think both these teams would be quite happy with maybe like a Dust or Mirage. Um, and like we've seen, Voxxi and Ethanol did when they played deeply, they did take it to Vertigo, which was a bit of a, like I say, a shock pick for us. But when they had the opportunity to choose that against Group Squad Legends, they didn't actually want to. I mean, not Group Squad Legends, buy one get one free. They didn't actually want to play on Vertigo. So I think Voxxi and Ethanol will probably take it to a more traditional map, and I think that will maybe benefit Nobody and Chuckle.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be interesting to see if they do pull that pick out. Obviously, in a best of 3, um, they do get a map pick early on. There's only one ban before that pick comes out, and our first ban has actually just come in. It is Nuke. That is from Voxxi and Ethanol. They've banned Nuke, and
Getting
nobody
that out of there.
has, as you suggested, they've banned Vertigo. Maybe they've seen them play it earlier in the best of ones, and they didn't want to
Saw how
get
close
themselves
it
onto it.
was between Voxxi and Ethanol and Deag Wahid, and what Nobody was like, I am not having any of that and getting rid of Vertigo.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they. Oh, nobody says we didn't see shit. Well, I beg to differ. You've been paying attention, watching the demos. You know everything that's going on. Um, let's see the first map pick from these teams. Obviously, Voxxi and Ethanol will get their first map pick, and the opposing team will get to choose that choice of side. And we've seen how important that choice of side can be in that Creep Score Legends game yesterday, round 4. So it'd be quite. Even if you get the map choice, having the side choice can be equally important.
I'll be intrigued to see if Voxxi and Ethanol will decide to go with an Inferno pick. I did play that against buy one get one free, and they did play very well, not really dropping many rounds, although it could have been much closer than all I suggested. Voxxi and Ethanol still played pretty well on that map.
Yeah. This map pick's taking a while to come in here. Maybe the Voxxi and everyone are having a bit of discussion to talk about what they want to do.
Watching a demo
Um,
quickly.
Getting those pistol round strats up, seeing what the opposing team might be doing. Um, yeah, I mean, out of those maps available, I'd favour them on a couple of the more aim reliant maps. I think it'd be quite interesting to see them pick a Dust 2 or an Inferno, maybe a Mirage, just because they're quite confident in their aim. I think that overall their raw skill is probably at a higher level than Nobody and Chuckle. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this.
And our
They have
first pick has come through, that being Mirage, picked by Voxxi and Ethanol. And I would I'm glad this has been picked because the maps that we've watched already on stream, the Mirage ones have been really fun to watch and they've been quite close going to overtime.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I think almost every Mirage game has been at least like 30 or more rounds. So it'll be really interesting to see how this goes. I mean, I would imagine that Nobody and Chuckle will pick T side here. Um, but maybe they're going to do the same strat we've seen from Deag Wahid previously, where they go for CT side. Very risky and bold strategy, but high
yeah,
reward
and
if
like
you can
you
pull it off.
say, a very risky strat, and Crypto Legends did decide to take that risk, starting on the CT side, and it did not pay off for them. I think they only were able to manage one round, and they got closed out pretty quickly.
Okay, they're
So
starting T side and they've gone for a train
a
pick.
train pit, now that is quite an interesting
Oh,
one.
okay.
Um, I wasn't expecting that,
I
to
I
be
I
honest.
don't think any of us could have seen Train playing. To be fair, they did play Train in I think two of their games in the Swiss stage, so they're obviously quite favoured towards this Train pick. But one thing I should noted with Train is that you can definitely get away with a lot more stuff depending on spawn because you can come from so many different angles, and maybe that's what they're going to be gambling on. They don't want to be taking these instant angels. They want to try and use their map knowledge of the map and try and get around them and try and just get these easier flank kills here and there.
Yeah, and I think train is definitely one of the maps where it's much harder to retake. There are so many angles to clear, so many little hiding spots behind all the different trains on the map. Like you say, it's quite hard to group up with your partner. Spawn maybe one pop dog and one ivy. There's no way you're going to be able to group up and retake the site together. It's definitely going to be maybe a bit more reliant on those angels. And as we have just seen, Voxy is now removing Dust 2. Voxy
Yeah,
Ethanol removing that Dust 2, leaving it up to Overpass and Inferno. Now, Stefan, what would you like to see as the final map there?
I think we all know that Inferno is a map 3 in a. Oh, he's banned Inferno. I was gonna say I'd love to see Inferno as map 3 because that's always the best end to a best of 3. But they've
This is
banned
true.
Inferno. We've got Overpass coming in as our map 3, and Overpass is notoriously a very difficult map to play on in retakes. So many little angles where you can just push down toilets and hide, push down shore and hide. There's a lot of definitely takes a lot of map knowledge to understand how that works. And
Yeah, for
if we
sure.
get to Overpass, it's going to be an interesting one, a good finale to its best of 3, I think. But
Yeah, for sure. I think you know firsthand how annoying it is to play against someone who hides in toilets on Overpass. But it looks like we are just moving over to Mirage, so we should be getting into this pretty shortly.
yep, I think we're just going to get this map switched over. Looks like it's happening now, and we're going to get Nobody and Chuckle on that T side. I think we hopefully needs to change for that. Um, and yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. What are your early predictions for this map? Give me your scoreline at the end of this map.
I think I'm going to go over 16-10 in favour of Voxy now. I'm a little bit concerned about if Chuckle and Nobody are going to have this slow start, which we've seen previously. Um, yeah, I can't. This slow start, which we've seen them have quite often, it is worrying me. However, if they're able to hit their shots straight off the bat, maybe get the pistol round, get that confidence flowing through their veins. We've seen Chuckle the clutch master. If he can start just clutching, maybe first pistol round, second pistol round. If he can just get this early confidence, then I can definitely see it being a bit closer affair. Maybe even going to overtime, maybe a 16-13, 16-14. As it looks like we have got the R's coming in chat, so we are just about to get into things.
Yeah, I think with Nobody and Chuckle starting on T side, I think they're definitely going to rack up at least 7 or 8 rounds, and hopefully they can take that into the CT side. But let's get started in this one. Our first semi-final of the day. Let's hope we have a good one. We're going to start on the B bomb site. Chuckle and Nobody holding this down. Looks like both the CTs are going to be trying to group up here on short. So nice jump from Voxxi. And we're going to see our first interaction of the day.
Yeah, nice at the CT there, come together. I've got Nobody able to get the first kill. Now we'll have to Chuckle. Can he clutch his first win? We're talking about in the pre-match warm-up. He needs to get this confidence going. Voxxi already has to play something spin. Chuckle, there we go. The clutch marker himself getting the final kill.
What are you eating? You got topping enough.
Yeah.
Let's get this as yeah, like you said, Chuckle. He's getting that confidence in him. He's got to get himself going here. He's going to be an aggressive angle. He's going to hear that step from Voxxi. Nobody's eliminated Esmo at the start of the round, and Chuckle's managed to pick up another kill. Another equal round from both those two, getting a kill each, getting themselves to 2-0.
Yeah, lovely start here for Nobody Chuckle. They're saying that they need to get these early rounds. They can't have a slow start. They're going to want to take the fight to Voxxi Ethanol. So this is a dream start if you're Chuckle and Nobody.
Yeah, and here we go. The CTs both sort of retaken from this jungle and connected position. The T's are not in the greatest positions these players. I don't like Chuckle being in this firebox position. He might be able to pick up one, but he's definitely after that. He's one and done position. He might catch him off there. Managed to find Voxxi. But Ethanol manages to get both kills there, taking out the trade for Voxxi, and then manages to take down Nobody of these swings.
Yeah, I feel like the positions there of Chuckle and Nobody needs to be swapped. Nobody had the UMP there for that close range. Chuckle and the Galil could have been at ramp. But nevertheless, Nobody with the A1S in hand, and we've seen him do some incredible things with the A1S.
Yeah, he's actually on the T side, so he's actually made that choice over the AK-47 to go for this A1S here, so he definitely is feeling confident with it. It's a nice flash over from short. It's not going to do too much to Nobody though, but they do know one is from short now. Is Nobody going to find Ethanol in? He does, and they're just eliminated like a SWAT team, just taken out instantly. The coordination taking a second round of the game from the CTs.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot there from Voxxi as he was crossing the market window, just removed Chuckle from that round. Chuckle only was really able to fire maybe one bullet before Voxxi just took his head off. And
Yeah,
I'll be interested to see if the CT's going to group up. Is Sam going to be able to make this jump? And no, he fails the jump. And he is going to be running into Chuckle with the AWP. You've got the first AWP of the game brought out. Now, nice flash there from Sam. The angle now. Ethanol looks like he's dead here. Will Sam be Voxxi be spotted out? So he's made it to Sam. Not sure if they're aware. Doesn't look like it. He's moving towards the site, but Chuckle is there with the AWP, clutching it up as usual.
Making a lot of noise there. I don't think Chuckle was aware until he heard those footsteps next to the bomb. Nice double kill from Chuckle there with that AWP. It's so strong from that bench position. We've seen it so many times.
So we're going to have an early engagement here with Chuckle and Ethanol. Is waiting for the pop flash, and Chuckle gets just punished for that early aggression.
It's all down to Nobody.
To Nobody.
1v2 situation is planted for him. He could find a player here. He takes that first kill on Ethanol. That's really nice. Looks well. Voxxi too. He's tapping away. He's losing a lot of health for it though. Voxxi going for the wide swing. Oh, and Nobody managed to get the kill. That's huge. Managed to get that headshot. It looked like everything was falling apart for Nobody there, but his aim manages to prevail at the very last moment, taking out Voxxi. That's a huge round to win in that 1v2 situation.
Yeah, lovely stuff there from Nobody, clutching it up for his buddy Chuckle. Now both players in the Palace position. Deciding to group up this time. They've been playing a little bit separate, deciding to mix things up and hold each other's hands in Palace. And we do have a trusted God Molotov. We see another Molotov win the round.
That kill on Voxxi makes this near impossible for Ethanol, especially when they're going to peek together. Chuckle manages to take him down and picking up another 2k. And quite a few rounds going in the favour of Chuckle and Nobody here. On this T side. Another AWP being pulled out by Chuckle. Now it's left all down to Chuckle in a 1v2 situation. He knows where one is in market. And he's also spotted out the other one. He's got the information. What can he do? with that information. He's missing shots left, right, and centre. He needs to find someone, but he doesn't manage to do it. He gets taken up by Voxxi. A nice double headshot from him with that E1S.
Yeah, nice shot there from Voxxi. As soon as Chuckle missed the first shot, I was surprised he was able to get a second shot off and was immediately punished. Both the CT just pounced on him. Now, I wonder if we're going to get some more CT aggression, but I'm not actually going to find someone. I think this is the first Palace spawn that the CTs have had, and Voxxi's taking it quite carefully. Doesn't want to mess up the spawn that he's been gifted by the Counter-Strike gods.
Oh, but look at this late push from Ethanol into CT. Is nobody prepared for this? He's not. He's going to get caught out, and now Chuckle's being pincered. He does find the kill on Ethanol, and I don't think they quite timed that correctly because Voxxi's still in Palace. A nice headshot from Voxxi.
Chuckle knew he was in a bad spot there. As soon as he heard the Molotov throw, he had to swing there. Unfortunately, not able to get the kill on Voxxi. Nice headshot with the A1S again. A1S is doing bits this tournament.
That's true. Maybe it's something to do with retakes. Maybe the A1S is just now messy, but it's people who've been using it a lot, and it's been really effective so far. Here we go. Chuckle's going to hear this step. Short, but nobody managed to get the kill on Ethanol in Apps 2. Is Chuckle going to find this kill? The pre-aim works out for Voxxi, finding Chuckle. He knows where nobody is. That's not enough though. Voxxi goes down. A nice 2k there for nobody.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see that Chuckle and Nobody haven't had this slow start, which we've seen them unfortunately have so very often. They're definitely taking the fight to your Voxxi and Ethanol. Oh,
Voxxi gives no
looks like he is a bit
now.
aware that there is a player in grab. Nice pop flash out, gets him out on the side. Watch out, Chuckle.
Oh, Nobody
is there. What a trade.
Ethanol knows exactly where Chuckle is right now.
Gets the kill, and unfortunately not able to grab the kill. Ethanol just a little bit better there, left with 19 HP and gets him to 5 to 6. Still pretty close here. I think if you were on the T side, you'd hope for a bit more of a distant scoreline. Maybe a 10 to 2 situation, but nevertheless still very tight. And Ethanol bringing out the AWP here.
Oh, almost getting the collateral. He does hit the collateral. But fortunately, nobody is left on his 13 health, and it's all down to Voxxi and Nobody. 1v1 situation. What can he do? Yeah, not much. Nobody really can do there on 13 health. Didn't even get a chance to peek. Voxxi had enough of it.
That was a lovely shot. That would have been quite insane if Ethanol was able to get the collateral. First time he brings out the AWP, kills one, and legs another. That's some good value there from the AWP.
Absolutely. One shot, 180 damage. Not bad. Are we going to see a fight here? Ethanol versus Chuckle. Chuckle's just looked away at the wrong moment. Ethanol is biding his time.
He's just waiting for his teammate.
Almost whiffs it,
Pull
but he
up
managed
to
to find that
Nobody.
kill. Can he pull it off again? He's been in this position before. Not a chance, unfortunately. Didn't work out as well for him this time. Not finding that kill on the bomb. Voxxi just taking him out. We are starting to see the CTs pick up more rounds, winning 5 out of the last 6.
Yeah, it looks like Voxxi and Ethanol are starting to warm into this game. I do really like it when they teams play a bit more aggressive here and go for those early peaks. Sometimes it hasn't fully worked out for them. Now, nobody's been in this position quite often. Now, I wonder if Ethanol's going to check it with that person on bench. He's going to help Nobody here. Lovely swing there from Nobody. All left up to himself versus Voxxi, and Voxxi's able to get the 2-piece to clutch the round. Nice play there from Voxxi himself.
Yeah, that was really nice. I would have sort of hoped for Nobody to peak a little bit sooner to kill that guy on shot, but it's really good that he does get there eventually. Helps out Chuckle, but by then, Chuckle was already exposed to the Apps player and goes down to him. So very nice from Voxxi.
Just unfortunate timing. Now Voxxi is bringing out the AWP here. Some interesting decisions to bring out the AWP on the CT side, and look at the Ts. They've got really aggressive here. Cleared the whole of deep CT. They pretty much know that this area of the map's clear. We just got to focus behind us now. Played after plum. Voxxi right on site at the USP, having to retake. It's always a difficult one. Chuckle taking out an effort. That's 1 HP. One over there. Surely he's got to clutch this. There's no way everyone can win this with 1 HP.
Picked up the AWP
Switch out the AWP here.
Oh!
Nobody is there to remove his 1 HP.
And that's what he's doing before, Nobody doing really well. He just picks up those players at the right times. He picks off Voxxi just before Ethanol's ready to sort of re-peak him, and he manages to get himself into a 1v1 situation. He's done that twice now. It's worked out pretty well for him. But there's the half. We're switched over. 8-7. Maybe with CTs would have hoped a bit more, a few rounds. But as we were saying, it's so much more difficult on the CT side here. I think they might find it a bit more difficult, Nobody and Chuckle, to pick up these rounds.
That's a really nice smoke short that the T's threw in it. The CTs had to decide, are they going to respect that smoke or are they just going to walk through it? They decided to go for the latter and walk through it here. Ethanol just play him with the CTs. Voxxi's position not yet been shown, so they still have to check all aside. And lovely thing, they're coming through on Chuckle.
Nobody has a
all
smoke
left up
here.
to Nobody here.
Might just try and get on the bomb. Oh. Very unfortunate. I liked the idea, but as he was about to run to the bomb, Ethanol just jumped out of the window and stopped all of his plans. He had to kill him first. He couldn't find that frag, and he fell down. A Deagle being pulled out by Voxxi here. Are we going to see something special? Given away his position, they know at least one is
I'm expecting some crispy 1 Deags here from Voxxi. If I'm seeing 3 or 4 body shots, I'm not going to be happy with it.
This push from Ethanol could be huge. They're not going to expect us to see in jungle. He starts whiffing a couple of shots. He's done the damage on Chuckle, and Voxxi helps his teammate out to get that final kill, picking up both frags in a round with the Deagle. But they were all body shots, so...
Yeah, all body shots. Voxxi's trash. That's what I'm disappointed. There's a nice smoke there. What's Nobody going to do? Is Nobody going to respect the smoke, or is he going to walk through it? And look at Voxxi's the other side of the smoke. What are we going to see?
Oh,
go for it. They must hear each other. And look there.
Might not die.
Chuckle, you've clutched so many rounds before. Are you going to be able to clutch this round? Drops out. Spots out both players, but Ethanol is there with the glue.
Yeah, he just peeks out. He thinks Ethanol, but he didn't really want to. I think maybe he got a bit distracted seeing both players there. This aggressiveness from Voxxi is going to definitely catch Chuckle off guard. It does. He gets the frag and it's left down to Nobody. 1v situation. Ethanol's having none of it. Takes him out. Does lose a bit of health for it though.
Yeah, that short smoke is such a pain for Nobody that he's had to face so many previous rounds. Does he respect it? And look at this. We've got an all out for the boy, the man, the myth, the legend, God Voxxi H. But he gets punished by Nobody.
Nobody taking him out, leaving Ethanol in a situation. He's been spotted out now. Nobody should know where he is. That's a lovely play. Not doing too much damage with Nobody. Just jumps up in the air and headshots him in midair. Ethanol has got to be leaving question marks in his head, saying, "What just happened to me?" But
we're
Nobody
saying
will take it.
A1S is meta, but is it the jump in A1S meta? Is that what we're seeing here?
Not something you see very regularly. Oh, are we going to see an early fight from Voxxi? And Nobody here. Little pop flash. He's going to get him completely. Almost actually loses the fight there. Does a bit of damage.
I believe in Chuckle right here. He's clutching me around the previously. He gets the first kill. Now a 1v1 situation. Ethanol unknown. Playing the time. Playing a nice angle. Chuckle walks into it and not able to get the kill. Ethanol, lovely position in there. Clean up the round. 13 to 8.
Split second, I didn't think
ever closer to that 16-8. Voxxi deciding where to throw his utility. Throws a interesting flash off the bomb. A lovely shot onto what? Nobody. Again, Chuckle versus Ethanol in the 1v1 situation. Oh, all the way round.
It's the last place Chuckle's going to think he is. He is expecting a CT push, but he is going to get shot in the back of the head. Oh my god, the Chuckle! He doesn't even care! He just got off the bomb and spammed Ethanol down easily. Ethanol, I'm not sure what he was doing. He had a couple chances there to finish off his dinner, but he didn't care about it. He wanted to get the clean headshot, and Chuckle didn't fucking... I wasn't expecting that one.
I don't think Ethanol was going to be very happy with what just happened there. And I think Nobody's just going to hand himself there. There we go. Easy pick up, and as we've seen so very often, Chuckle, is he going to be able to clutch this round? The answer is no. Ethanol
Yeah.
is there for the cleanup.
At that point, he found himself in a really difficult situation. They had short covered with a smoke. Ethanol killed the market player. There was only one place he could be, and when you're not watching it of someone of Ethanol's skill, it's very hard to get across there. Voxxi and Nobody trading fights, and Nobody comes out victorious there. Ethanol's pushed up market. He hasn't found anyone. 1v2 situation now. Nobody on 20 health. Still a peak. Maybe he should wait a bit longer for Chuckle to get a bit closer. Planted in the middle of the bomb site. It's a nice flash. Ethanol does take him out in the 1v1 situation. 1v2 situation, actually, in fact, really. It's a nice 1v2 from him, to be fair. But they did play themselves. They played one very solo there, and that sort of handed in the victory quite easily.
And also handed them round 15. This is the final round, maybe match point.
Yeah,
Voxxi.
game point here for Voxxi and Ethanol. What can they do? Can they finish this off very cleanly? They can't find anyone. He's walking out. And he turns on Voxxi and kills him, and that's the round over.
And it looked like nobody didn't even realise the round was over. It took him a couple of seconds to realise that everyone's actually dead.
That was a really nice shot from Chuckle there. He was in no man's land, really. He was running about on top of that, on top of Shadow there, and Voxxi spotted him out and started spraying, but Chuckle just spun on him and took him out immediately. And it's a nice trade from Nobody to finish him off. I think he's going to walk straight into Ethanol here. Cleanly.
Does take Ethanol down to 9 HP, so will we see one of the classics, the clutch from Chuckle? We'll have to wait to see it, and that is game.
That is game number 1. 1-0 victory for Voxxi and Ethanol. And that must be remembered, that is their map pick. And it also must be remembered, that was your prediction entirely. 16-10. That's what you said before the game.
Yeah. I'm just amazing. I know.
So
I know.
maybe you should buy some lottery tickets. you've
Yep,
never
after
had
this,
one on the
I'm
spot.
popping down to the shop and I'm getting scratch cards, lorry tickets, the whole shebang. Off that bad boy.
I believe the next map is Train, which will be interesting to see. It's going to be difficult because obviously Nobody and Chuckle coming off that loss, they have to start on CT side, and I think it might be very detrimental to their mental game if they go into the CT side and they lose 6, 7, 8 rounds on the trot right at the beginning because they just lost that first game. It's going to take a lot for them to get back into this, win this, and then take it into the third map overpass and win the whole game.
Yeah, sure. But I think one of the positives that Nobody and Chuckle have got to take from that previous game, they didn't start slow. They got the first 2 rounds. They took the fight immediately. Voxxi and Ethanol. It was just some of the decision making and some of the timings, which wasn't to perfection throughout the game. But that was still a good game from Nobody and Chuckle. They shouldn't hold their heads in shame and just have a mental reset. And now you're on Train. It's a new map, new game. Just reset, go for it. I think Voxxi and Ethanol are pretty happy that performance wasn't super close. So I think they're going to do the similar thing to what they did in Mirage and just hope that I want to ask you this time. What are you saying for the score predictions for this game?
It's hard one to predict. I think with Chuckle and Nobody starting on CT side, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to get this one going. I think we're going to be seeing 16-6, 16-7 win in Voxxi and Ethanol's favour. But despite this, like you said, they shouldn't hold their heads in shame. I think Chuckle and Nobody improved last game. They can go toe to toe with Voxxi and Ethanol here, despite the aim differences. There was lots of fights which you'd expect Voxxi and Ethanol to win, and they didn't even care. They were just taking it straight to them. It looks like we're getting into this game now on this B bomb site. With Chuckle and Nobody on the CT side. What can they do?
Voxxi and Ethanol are getting really aggressive here, playing this post plant position, Voxxi pushing all the way into CT spawn, carrying everything. Ethanol going to be spotted out here by Nobody, and Ethanol takes out his teammate. Nobody witnessed murder right in front of his eyes. Does have a smoke and a defuse kit. I wonder if he's just going to go for a ninja.
think that's what you should do, really.
Drops the smoke, but it looks like spotted his position before the smoke is deployed and gets his head ripped off because of that.
Yeah, a good start from the T's here. Playing aggressive, I really like to see it. They're playing it really nicely, pushing all the way into CT. There's so much information for them. We're going to see him something similar again, but Chuckle gets that first entry onto Ethanol. It's now 1v2 situation, and he just gets caught with his pants down. Nobody walking out of CT and taking out Voxxi. 1-1.
All tied up. So again, I'm glad to see we're not seeing the slow start from Nobody and Chuckle. Taking a fight. So maybe this could be a bit of a closer game than we first thought.
Yeah, if they pick up 4 or 5 rounds on CT, then we've got a really good game on our hands here, because I think on the T side, train is really difficult for CTs to retake.
You know, his timing CS timing, but Voxxi's not actually able to get the kill. Brings them down to 20 HP. On the other side, we've got F taking out Chuckle, so it's all down to 4 on Nobody with 20 HP. He's getting shot from all kinds of angles. That was so unfortunate from Nobody. The time wasn't there. He held that angle, and as he looked away, Voxxi hit for this way. Stefan, you hate to see it. That's classic CS time.
Exactly. We've got our first orb coming out here, which can be really useful on this long range distance. They've got a close range battle. Chuckle eliminates him from the game. 1v2 situation for Voxxi. He's going to catch Chuckle from behind. A very nice headshot. 1v1 now. Nobody versus Voxxi. And Voxxi's sitting really far back. He knows where the bomb is. Nobody's got to be a bit quicker, I think. He's going to go for smoke.
Drops a smoke. Now it's going to be a classic spam off.
Oh!
Run him, the block
might
out.
not find him.
28 HP.
It's 1 second left.
Find the kill. He's not able to get a defuse. There was around 0.26 seconds left on that defuse. Oh, so unfortunate for Nobody and Chuckle.
Felt like the longest 5 seconds of Nobody's life getting that defuse. A nice headshot from Ethanol to start this round off. It's putting Nobody in a very awkward situation. But he's going to find Voxxi for free. Splitting
Too
this
sure
1v2
what Voxxi
down.
was looking at, getting stabbed in the back right there. Pulled up to Ethanol, and Ethanol were a bit unsure of what he wanted to do there. Looked like he was going for a flank, but decided against it. Pulled up to Nobody and Ethanol here. And went for the swing, but Nobody with the trusted A1S in his hands is able to get the kill.
Lovely, yeah. I think a bit of indecisiveness there from Ethanol sort of put him a bit at a disadvantage. I think he wanted to go all the way around, but then he realised that if Nobody's got on the bomb, it'd be over for him. And by the time he decided to peek, it was too late. Nobody was ready for him, holding the angle. Ethanol got spotted out. He tried to play aggressive there with Yorp. I think he spotted both of them though, so Voxxi has the information now where they're going to come from. He's going to spot both again. Puts a spray down, takes down Chuckle. And Nobody's in no man's land. He doesn't know what to look at. He knows where both are. He's getting pincered right now. And he's looking the wrong way when Ethanol eventually peeks from heaven and takes him out.
Very tough spot Nobody found himself in. Even though he did have the trusted A1S, still a very tough spot. Now Ethanol with the AWP again. He's playing the AWP, and he looks like he's going to go for the similar peak here.
The exact same thing.
With both the CTs here. Is he going to get punished? Missing the shot. Go for the repeat. Go for it. You know you want to. And he doesn't even shoot. Goes for the flick, but forgets to press mouse 1 there. This is a really smart play here from Voxxi. Pushing through the smoke. But you already know that Nobody's the A1S master out of those two. Nobody says to Voxxi, stick with the A1 M4.
That was the correct play in my book for Voxxi to push that, because he knows they're both up there, and he wouldn't really expect them to go back. But for some reason, Nobody thought, you know what, I'm not going to run out of heaven here. I'm going to run back to inner. And he finds Voxxi, and he wasn't prepared for that close range battle. Ooh, Chuckle's amidst both of them here, but he doesn't quite know. He's just got his gun out. He does the dink. He's got a dink on Ethanol here. He's put down 10 HP, but he is not sure where Voxxi is. Nobody finishing off his food for him. They need to find Voxxi soon. And now the cat's out the bag. How is Chuckle going to approach this? He's running out of time. I don't think he quite knows what a bomb is.
Yeah,
Nice.
been a bit of confusion there, and the clutch magic was a bit non-existent there. Gifts tees around. Still
Yeah,
pretty close though. So I thought it'd be a bit more of a larger gap here. I don't think the CTs will be worried at all by this round difference.
they're being taken right down low with nobody finishing off his kill for him, and we've left down into Voxxi. 1v2 situation, and again, his position is just so good. He's in such a great position for this bomb. And if the CTs aren't aware of this, it's going to be so difficult for him. Nobody's pushed around the wrong time. Oh, this is going to be so difficult now for Chuckle. Full blind. Voxxi winning 2 rounds in a row. His positioning of these past 4 rounds has been unbelievable, leaving the CTs with so much work to do to find him.
Yeah, really working the map here, and does look like we've got an aggressive push here from Voxxi. He's got the AK in hand. He's looking to be ready. He was ready, but not able to grab the kill, unfortunately. All down to the boy.
I think he was thinking about the knife kill there, Ethanol, but then Chuckle started running towards him, was back to him, and he was like, oh crap, I just got to take him out now.
Now, it's a really nice play that Sam Voxxi has just done. He smoked connector, but pushed through the smoke. So even if someone came here, they wouldn't really think that Voxxi is there.
Yeah, he's done this a couple times now. He did that in Pop Door a couple rounds ago. He did it in Connector on B-side as well. This has been his staple right now. They're not going to expect him to be in Con. Chuckle's a little bit aware. I think actually he's got more than a little bit aware. He's found that kill. He was ready for that. He is cool on with Voxxi's game and what he's been up to. We need to get on the bomb. Do they have enough time here? This is going to be a close one. Oh, Chuckle does manage to find that. A good call from them actually to switch out because nobody didn't have a kit. I'm not sure if he had enough time before that. So nicely done there by
All
the CTs.
calculated by Chuckle and Nobody. They made it look close, but it was all calculated.
Oh, Nobody's in trouble. It's a nice flash of Chuckle's there for the retrade. And Ethanol is there for the retrade again. Very quick
Trading
round.
back and forth, 4 to 8 in the hand of Voxxi and Ethanol here. And Voxxi bringing out the A1S again.
Yep, and Nobody is on the York, which is very interesting. Are we going to see Ethanol walk back through his smoke? Nobody finding the kill on Voxxi. 1v2 now for Ethanol. I was not expecting him, but it doesn't matter. It's happened so frequently where we're expecting Ethanol or Voxxi to find a frag because they're in such a good position, but then Chuckle or Nobody just killing out a really nice shot to finish him off. And they've got 5 rounds on CT side. We said before this game started, if they get 5 rounds, then you really might put them as favourites to win this game. They're doing really well so far. Chuckle
with the orb in hand. Ethanol felt like he wanted to go for that jiggle peek, but decided against it, and rightly so. It looked like he would have been punished here, and I think Chuckle went to his death, but cancel that! He can just quick scope Ethanol and delete him from the server. All left to Voxxi now.
Chuckle did
clutching it with every single gun that he has in his hands in, and it's all up to him. Now Chuckle, the 1v2 situation. Both players similar idea, but look at this. Sam, Voxxi with perfection, and Chuckle with the orb shot! Just removes Voxxi from this round, but is he getting enough time for the defuse to be very close again? Oh, I can't tell you how close that defuse was. Chuckle did everything right that round. Quick scoping fools left and right, removing him from the server, but was just so short from that defuse.
Chuckle bringing a new level to the game right now. Those 2 kills were lovely. He does get taken out at the start of this round though. All on Nobody to get himself 6 rounds in this CT side. He smoked off. He's in a very precarious situation. Voxxi is right behind this.
Oh, if he walks through this smoke, surely Voxxi's got a guaranteed kill, and there we have it. And that is the first half of Train. Swapping sides, and Nobody in Charcoal. A respectable 5 rounds on the CT side. Both
yeah. Yeah,
on
really,
8
really nice.
kills each. No one putting the other in the backpack carrying them. I wonder if they have any sneaky strategies for us to see on this T side.
Yeah, I mean, this is their map pick. If they've got something up their sleeves we don't quite know about yet, how they're going to approach this T side. We've seen a lot from them so far. It's now down to Chuckle. He's spotted them both out, I think. He finds the first one. He finds the second one! He's just holding down mouse one. Tap, 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 tap. He gets both of them.
Only his teammate is able to put Chuckle down. He was in no right to get a single kill in that spot. That was a 2v1 situation. And he gets both of them. Now the T's here playing the post-bomb position to perfection here, but Voxxi does have a smoke and defuse, so if the T's are not 100% sure where the bomb is, this could be a bit of a mistake, but decides to smoke upper, focus all their attention on that lower position. Ethanol pushing that, and nobody going for the swing, and not able to get the kill on Voxxi as he's just sat there like a duck going for a defuse.
Yeah, when Chuckle dies there on it makes Nobody's position very, very difficult to come out and shoot them both down. More had to be done there from Chuckle. But he's making up for it this round. He's pushed Oil, he's found a kill on F. I'm not sure where Voxxi is. He just looks away at the wrong time. Voxxi walks out, takes him down with the trade. A little bit of damage. Now Nobody
does have to
versus
be a bit
Voxxi.
careful here. He doesn't actually have vision of bomb. So if Voxxi goes for the stick, Nobody wouldn't have vision, and he's having to run out here. Voxxi knows exactly where he is, and Nobody just goes for the swing and just removes his head.
Nobody!
Lovely shot there from Nobody.
Calm down, son. Lovely shot. He made himself fully. Everyone in the whole world knew exactly where he was, swinging out across their upper boundaries, and he just took Voxxi out like it was nothing. Voxxi clearing Ivy here. He's got a lot of information. Ethanol had some shots fired at him from Nobody and Pop Dog. He finds the kill nicely. Chuckle takes down Voxxi. A 1v1 situation for Ethanol now. He might just try and hold this fight. Oh, a nice shot from Ethanol. Getting back off the bomb, finishing off Chuckle. 2 seconds, so close to the bomb. 0.2 seconds left. Couldn't be any closer, really. Very nice from Ethanol.
Sure. 12-7 in the hand of the CTs here, and looks like we're gonna have everyone here in upper tunnels here. Nobody not helping his teammate out, and Chuckle doesn't need the help, gets the first, unable to get the second. Exactly what's going on, and removes Ethanol from that round.
Yeah, Chuckle almost finished off Ethanol there too. He done a lot of damage to him, leaving a job for Nobody to be significantly easier. Both these CTs come from Connect here. Will this favour them to both become from the same angle? They've got to be wary of the pushes in CT. It's an awkward flash. Voxxi. Look at these positions from the T's. The bomb isn't planted that well. I've got a guy in it. It's all down to Nobody now. 1v2 situation. The nice and he gets the second one too. Just spamming the guy upper through the smoke. Just didn't even give him a chance to come out of that smoke and take the fight. He was ready for it before he even started.
Yeah, lovely shot there from Ethanol on Chuckle. Chuckle was holding quite a tight angle, but the spray battle in the favour of Voxxi Ethanol. Which means he's sponsored by Voxxi, Stefan.
I'd like to think so.
Got that Voxxi mouse and mouse mat.
Nobody. It's actually flashed and been killed. Voxxi just spamming the smoke. Probably the flash that ended everything. Not only did it reveal his position to the CCs, it also flashed Chuckle, who eventually was put down by it. Very unfortunate way for that round to go. But
yeah, a bit questionable there from Voxxi. Did he just toggle? Is that what we just witnessed? A quick toggle to put toggle off the X-ray, and there he goes, takes out Nobody. All up the man, the myth, the legend, Chuckle. Stefan, we've seen this so very often, him clutching rounds when he has no right to. Are we going to see another clutch? He's just been smoked up on Pop Dog to make his life harder.
Got a lot of play here. He walks out. He gets immediately deleted from the server. Voxxi was prepared for that one.
I think Voxxi had seen the clutches before and was not having any of it. With Ethanol dying to himself. The only way someone could take him out.
Game and match point here for Voxxi and Ethanol, and if they do win this, my prediction was correct. See how this goes down. Ethanol winning the first counter. It's now 2v1 for Chuckle. Can he bring any more clutch factors to this game? This is his last moment in the tournament to do that. Voxxi flashed by his teammate. And he's actually eliminated despite that. Taking this round win. That's game match point, and that means Voxxi and Ethanol are our first grand finalists. Congratulations to Nobody and Chuckle. They've fought bravely throughout this tournament. They've done very, very well, but unfortunately they couldn't just do it at the last moment.
Yeah, an amazing performance there from Nobody and Chuckle. They shouldn't hang their heads in shame. They definitely didn't have that slow start. They took that fight to Voxxi and Ethanol. We know that Voxxi and Ethanol are good core aimers and have a good level of skill. And Chuckle and Nobody took the fight to them. It was very close, both maps. I think a couple rounds could have gone either way. But nevertheless, congratulations to our first finalists. And we'll have to wait and see who they'll meet in the grand final a little bit later.